a guy that hated them, and somehow Shalom, Abraca Shalom, ended up with his entire fucking catalog. That should be taught in what do they in all the rabbis should be like, let
That's
me tell you,
fucking masterful. That's masterclass.
masterful. I'm not even mad about it. Why would I be? It's again, we're front row to the clown show. We have front row tickets to the funniest clown show in history. And if you can't have fun talking about it,
How could you ask for any more?
what are you gonna be front row and be like, it's so loud? The speakers are so loud. No, you have to soak it all in and love it. It's fucking, we're front row, baby. Pop that
Hit
pop.
that mosh pit.
Hit that mosh. And all right, let's get into sports. Let's talk about Ryan Garcia. Okay.
Yep, let's go.
Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, the second. So he had 2 tests. So he had a number of tests. I think, I don't know, 8 to 10 tests before.
By the way, make this short because nobody cares about this bullshit.
Well, I think they kind of do, because now it's come back positive twice. Okay. So Ryan's saying he was drugged. Devin is saying that he wants it erased from the record. He apparently, Devin's already lost in Mexico. So Devin's trying to wipe off his if he can pull off 2 losses off of his record.
Expunged? I mean, how do you do that?
Just like the Jews, the Muslims are really fucking good too. They are fucking.
Bro,
they have learned from the
you gotta
Jews
stop,
how
man.
to undo the Jewish stuff, and the Muslims have been like, you know what, I'm going to undo these losses as well. They've got Jewish lawyers on staff. The Muslims do. So he's Muslimed his way out of 1 loss in Mexico, and he's going to Muslim his way out of another loss. And the funny thing about this whole thing, so this motherfucker, Devin Haney got his ass whipped in that fight. It wasn't even close. He had a corrupt ref in the fight. That ref kept 2 knockdowns from happening and kept his ass alive. He had 1 corrupt judge that gave him, the fight, and he still got his ass whipped. And now he's got a corrupt post-fight thing. And apparently, in my opinion, and again, this is my opinion only, and I'm going by Occam's razor, and I'll explain it. I think he drugged, look, Ryan out of his mind, right? What I'm going to say, I have no evidence for. This is a logical progression. I'm going to walk you through it. Occam's razor.
Should I pre-disavow this?
You should. And again, I'm not saying this is true. I'm saying this is the law of probabilities. I'm going to walk you through why I believe that Ryan Garcia was legitimately drugged with a pill and did not cheat for the Haney fight. Are you ready? Are you ready for this shit?
Let me have it. Give it to me.
So Ryan Garcia is a very established, very wealthy fighter. He fought Tank Davis. He's never had any drug issues at all. If you're going to cheat, you cheat against a monster like Tank Davis. Tank Davis is a ferocious puncher. Devin Haney is not known for being a terrifying fighter. Ryan Garcia took a drug called Ostarine. Ostarine is a drug given to cancer patients. It is in a pill form. The purpose of the drug is to preserve your muscle while your body is eating itself. It does not change your hormone level, testosterone up. It can remove your testosterone in a negative way. So when you take Ostarine, it does preserve your muscle during, let's say, a massive weight cut. So the idea of it being a PED, performance enhancing drug, would be that it's if you're going through a massive weight cut and you want to preserve your muscle, you take this thing. It's a 6-week cycle. Okay.
I understand.
So here's why I say he was likely drugged. He passed every drug test right up to the very end. The Ostarine would have been, he was only on it for a week before he,
and it wouldn't have been effective.
Wouldn't have done a fucking thing. The second thing is he did not try to make weight. He intentionally missed making weight. So this particular PED would be the worst PED that he could possibly take. The right type of PEDs that you could take would be, your standard test, steroid, anything that would make you stronger, bigger, faster, or improve your stamina, like the stuff that LeBron James allegedly takes. This PED, as far as PEDs go, would be the worst PED ever, especially if he only took it for a week. So in order for this to be true, you would have to believe that Ryan Garcia was more afraid of Devin Haney than he was of Tank Davis and everybody else before, which is an insanely stupid position. Of course, you'd be more terrified of the most terrifying puncher in the division and not somebody who's not known for hitting hard. Second, you'd have to think that Ryan Garcia was going through a massive weight cut. And in this particular case, he did not give a shit about his weight. So that argument doesn't really make much sense, considering he knew he wasn't going to make weight and didn't try to make weight. Third, you have to realize this is the part where you have to just say the only way this could have happened is he's really crazy, really fucking stupid. And those are possibilities. So that's the possibility, is that he's crazy and stupid. There's a million ways to pass a drug test with far better peds, and people with money and that are professional athletes happen to know people in those circles. Ryan has those resources. You can literally go on more plates, more dates, and learn exactly how to beat those tests. And there's a million scientists out there that know how to dope it, undope it, and beat those tests. And every professional athlete knows it, but it costs money to do it. Ryan has the means for that. So for us to believe that he took this Ostarine, you have to say, one, it's not really a performance enhancing drug. Most bodybuilders abandon it because it doesn't work. It doesn't increase your test levels. It decreases your test levels. And you run it on a 6-week cycle, it can preserve your muscle, especially during a weight cut. You have to believe that he took this oral thing for 1 week after having a bunch of positive tests for no benefit, to not make weight,
bunch of negative tests,
and that it somehow it lowers your testosterone so that it can then help you beat a guy, which clearly it wouldn't. He whipped his ass as a boxer. It had nothing to do with strength, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't bullying him. He outboxed him. He wasn't muscling him. He outboxed him. So none of it makes sense. And here's where it gets weird. You have the brother of Devin Haney predicting in advance that Ryan was going to fail a drug test, which would be a very weird prediction to make against somebody who's never failed a performance-enhancing drug test. So he somehow magically predicts a guy who's been clean his entire career, who's been out publicly partying, where a lot of people could slip something into his drink. The opportunities abound for anybody to be able to slip something into his drink. He's publicly drinking and drinking beers. He doesn't give a fuck about making weight. Made it a clown show. He's drinking beer at his weigh-in.
Yep.
He's out drinking, and this guy predicts that he's going to get popped out of the blue, and magically gets popped after being clean all the way up to the week of the fight. So none of it makes any sense. 100% think it's stinky. It's stinky, not 100%. There's a chance Ryan Garcia is stupid and crazy and just didn't like, fuck it. Oh, this can help. Let me just take it. But would it actually help him beat him in that match? Fuck no. Haney got his ass whipped either way. I think that there's some shenanigans going on, and there's a person that, Sugar Shane Mosley said was dirty that's behind these piss tests too. I'm not even going to get into that conspiracy theory. I think that the odds are somebody spiked his drink the week of the test, because you don't take it for a week, you take it for 6. Spiked it the week of the test to be able to give that plausible deniability should things go south. Things went south, and they probably knew it was going to go south because these guys sparred a lot. They probably knew, hey, fucking, he's got your number. Let's, work a plan B. And they worked it. And this is, again, Occam's razor. These are all guesses. I don't see Ryan Garcia with all his resources taking a 1-week cycle of something that's not going to help him after, not being afraid to Tank Davis.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. So, yeah, either way, he's fucked. He's going to have to eat shit on this. He's not going to be able to, well, Your Honor, dog ate my homework. You know what I mean? Like, but this, if I'm his lawyer, I'm saying, look, none of this makes sense, right? Why would he take, and again, it's the worst pet ever. For those of you out there like, but it's a pet, it's on the list. There was a period of time in boxing where baking soda was a pet. Did you know this?
No, tell me.
Baking soda was a performance enhancing drug. And by the way, it is a much better performance enhancing drug than Ostarine. Baking soda increases your oxygenation levels in your blood dramatically so that your stamina is so much better when you box. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and so you can legally take it now. People forgot these are old tricks. Look into. I'll send you the information. So baking
Yeah, that's
was
cool.
on the banned list. Now it's not, but yeah, and it really is a performance enhancing drug for real. So there's a lot of shit that's on that list that really doesn't belong to be. There's a lot of peptides that are on there. There's a lot of horse shit that doesn't belong. When you take a peptide, it's not going to make you a better boxer. It's not going to help your left hook, check hook land harder during a fight. Not going to happen. So the whole thing's silly. Obviously, Garcia gets the win. Haney's somehow going to squirrel himself out of another situation. He's going to keep that O for now, and they'll live to fight another day.